What has Costa Rica got in common with Panama? Answer, they are both worth less than Uber.
That is, of course, in a manner of speaking. See, when you look at gross domestic product, Costa Rica sits at around about $55 billion a year. Similarly, when you look at Panama, it's around about $52 billion a year. And then you have Uber, recently valued near $68 billion. That is for an app. They don't even own the cars. And over there, another tech startup, small premises, big ambitions, huge valuation.
Snapchat, parent company Snap, valued at around $30 billion when it went public recently, putting it above El Salvador, Estonia, St. Lucia and Samoa, among others. The newest member of this billion-dollar club. Question is, how can apps, which are basically computer code, be worth such dizzying amounts?
What goes into deciding how much a company is worth when it's worth such an astronomical amount?
Oh, that's easy. It's worth precisely what people will pay for it.
Howard Love is a man who knows, a serial Silicon Valley entrepreneur.
I founded or co-founded about 15 companies, and I've invested as an angel investor in between 50 and 60 companies.
In short, it's about hopes and dreams.
You are definitely trading on expectations. Absolutely.
But in full, all that money is for more than just an app. It is for everything that app impacts.
What it represents is the future economic possibilities of the company. And in the case of Uber, obviously they're disrupting major sections of the economy for travel. And whether you can look at it as they're disrupting car ownership to some degree, they're disrupting certainly taxi cabs, they're disrupting, public transportation and so forth. So they're taking big chunks of the, transportation economy.
Big tech valuations are, of course, big news, even though they are not that uncommon these days. For example, take a look at Facebook, valued somewhere in the region of $350 billion. Then you've got the likes of WhatsApp, which it bought for $19 billion. You've got Instagram, which it bought for $1 billion. Then you've got Airbnb, which some say is worth around $30 billion. But for companies like these, it's not always just about getting hold of the cash. It's about getting the right message out there to their users too.
Need to make sure that people keep using the app, because an app is extremely personal to them.
The marketing has to be on point, says this branding expert who has worked with dozens of tech startups. Despite the cash, focus on business as usual.
If a company is valued at a huge amount, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing for that company?
It can be either or, it all depends on the user. If you have a user base of millennials and teenagers, they could see it as something that changes the integrity and the cool factor of the company, and it might be fatal to the company if it's not communicated the right way.
Becoming a billionaire in your 20s can happen in a snap with the right idea, but there is a warning too.
High valuations are tough because if people buy in and then you miss a quarter or, just stuff happens, as it always does, and the stock goes down, you're going to end up with a lot of disappointed people and highly likely a no small handful of lawsuits.
And avoiding that scenario, there is no app for that. Phil Lavelle, CGTN, Los Angeles.